Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey. I'm That Resolves, and today we're going to be taking a look at some gunslingers. So I did try and do this a couple of days ago when the set first dropped, but the client was behaving a little bit oddly, so I didn't want to ruin the video by the client crashing or anything like that. But now we seem to be stable and it looks like we're okay to go. So I did make a couple of changes since I've put this on Eternal Warcry. I'm actually going to make another tiny one as well, which is just the aesthetics. Yeah, I don't know, it was more pleasing to see falls all the way down this row. Anyway, gunslingers, it's one of my favourite unit types, but it's not something that I'm exactly married to in a Stonescar aggro deck. It's just that I feel that in Stonescar, for the most part, the gunslingers are the best in slot, and you may as well go a little bit extra. So if something's on the edge, so like on the falls for Bandit Queen, maybe we could play Impending Doom here, but I just want that critical mass for the Hideout pistol. Hideout pistol is really the only kind of payoff that we've got, sadly. I would like to see some more, maybe some more gunslinger ally or something along those lines, but for now that's pretty much it. So what did we get from the new set? Well, we've got Eager Deputy, which I'm pretty happy with. So this helps us to really smooth out the way our deck plays in a couple of different ways. So it helps us to definitely find a Sigil, so that we're able to go off with Jekk, but also if we float, we get to turn it into a treasure trove, which helps us to sort of dig through our deck a little bit. It helps us to find a little bit more action and get us closer to that lethal. As well as it is only a 0-2, but everything in the deck should be triggering this, so it's obviously like as a late draw in the game, like there's not much that a 1-drop could do for you, but this is better than a bunch of other 1-drops, because if on turn 7 you draw this, if you drew an Oni Ronin, I feel like this does more, because if you were sandbagging a power, you get to turn it into a treasure and try and draw it into another one, which I think is a little bit more powerful. Overall, this is nice because in the really early game, you can just play this on 1, plunder away something, and then if your opponent plays something that you really want to be dealing with, so instead of playing Initiate that stands on 1, or the Wild Growth Druid, you're just able to put Hideout Pistol on this and kill it, and then you're able to like continue with your game plan, which I think is really nice. The other thing is Buttons. Mr. Buttons is one of my favourite cards, and probably why Stonescar dominated the pre-release event. So Buhton is another dragon. It's a 5-power attacker, which we've got, you know, a reasonable amount of in this deck. But when we play it, we are going to stun one of our own units. We're going to give Buhton that much power and defense, and we're going to kill an enemy unit, which is pretty nice. So a lot of our units are quite front loaded on attack, so we're looking at things like Ghodan, other Buhtons like Champion of Chaos, so it's going to be able to kill pretty much most of the threats that our opponent would be playing. Maybe there's some cases like Telots and things like that, but you know, we can hopefully get around that before that comes into play. But the idea is that we're going to have something in play. Maybe it can't make a good attacks because it's, I don't know, it's a 5-5 and our opponent's got, I don't know, a 4-4 deadly, for example. We play this, we stun our thing, we get in there with Buhton, and if they deal with Buhton, we've got a blocker again. We've also got something that can attack again. So I'm not quite sure how Imbue plays out, but this has been pretty good where I've just played it, killed a thing, and then just got into like a bunch of damage. Or even things that you don't really want to get into combat. So if you've got like a pretty big Blackhall Warleader, but at the point where I don't really want to get this swept by a Defiance, and I can play around Defiance by just imbuing on this. That's pretty nice. Obviously, Buhton's not an extreme combo with things like Jekk that have got kind of lower power, and Jekk's power comes from actually being able to attack and block, but you know, it's a nice +2/+3 is still pretty nice, and you're probably going to get that draw a card effect by hitting the opponent just by killing one of their things. The other card we've got is Stonescar Vow. I like that we're able to discard out one Shadow Sigil. So again, like our power base is pretty heavy on fire, which is something that I tend to like in Gunslingers. And we are mostly in, well, the fire side here, but also playing Ghodan here. And Ghodan just doesn't feel like a problem to play. I know this was suggested on Total Warcry. I want to try Ghodan because I was trying Highwayman at the time. I like the premium, to be honest. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I felt in a couple of games that the 1 damage came up, either popping an opponent's face ages to allow us to get a little bit of face damage in there, or it was, you know, the lifesteal. But yeah, let's try 4 Ghodans and see what happens, because we do have a lot of charge in this deck, and I feel like Ghodan gets a lot more value when you've got charge in your deck, because you can play this, like, swing in, and then you get to, like, the next turn, anything you put off the top is getting you a little bit closer to some more charge damage. So let's get onto the ladder and give it a go. Probably not going to be playing ranked, probably just be playing practice mode. And the reason for that is I think, when I was checking yesterday, I was like 25th. Don't really want to risk that. Want to get to the end of, well, basically tomorrow and pick up some points. Because I think we get them from throw. Okay, so check, and we're only rank 52, so it's very likely that it's probably worth actually being ranked for these games. So, yep, it seems fine. We've got an interactive spell, we've got Ghodan, and then if the game goes late, we do have, well, we've got a Argenport Chaos, then we've got Ghodan. If the game goes late, we should probably play it. This Shadow Sigil, not ideal, but we'll probably be able to get there. So our opponent could be playing like some sort of hero control, or there's probably some hero aggro decks out right about now, because there is a lot of support for this archetype now. Okay, free faction could be sort of any old nonsense, but I am feeling like our Sear is probably not going to do too much. But we're going to get to play 4-4 next, so that's kind of nice. You know, keeping the Shadow Sigil is probably okay as well. Yeah, I'll probably kill that. I mean, it does lose us a little bit of value because we can't, like, kill Jekk, but actually, yeah, we can save the Sear. Oh, okay. Well, let's just Vow. Grab a Fire Source, grab a Champion of Chaos. So we don't ever need more than 2 Shadow influences. So next time we can play Fire Sigil, play Jekk, kill this, and dome our opponent in the head. I think that seems kind of fair. So a couple of things can happen here. We can get Defianced. We could get Desert Wasped, but we still get to get in for some damage if we just get Wasped. If our opponent... Okay, so Pride Leader's kind of fine. It's a bit annoying. Our opponent just gets to gain some lives. I guess we do kind of want like the third shadow sometimes just to give this deadly, but I think that we're fine here. We'll just get to... Do we just kill this if our opponent blocks? Yeah, probably do. Seems fine. I'll keep Ghodan for like a post-Wrath turn if that's what's happening. So now, if I play this, we'll get an actual point of damage in. Opponents can't block in that instance because they just take an extra point. That kind of tips them off as to what's happening. Okay, well, the ban is good because next turn it'll mean that, well, we've got more power, but also we do have the deadly on this. Awaken the Ages. Okay, so opponent's just like trying to mega ramp in at stuff. Okay, that's interesting. So, I think we... Is it worth 2 cards to kill this? We get a point of damage in because of this, and then opponent... Well, they take a lot of damage, don't they? Or do we do it with Jekk? So we can... So this is kind of risky if our opponent's plan next turn is just to harsh rule us. Okay, we've got away with it. Well, if our opponent spends the next turn harsh ruling and doesn't have Defiance up, and I feel like they didn't have Defiance then because they definitely used it to kill the champion, then we just get to Ghodan next turn, which would have killed them. Okay, well, I'm going to actually jump on to ranked because I'm only 50. I've dropped quite a few spots since yesterday. Okay, well, we're on the draw. We do get to Eager Deputy perhaps one of these cards into a Sigil if we really want to. Also, Eager Deputy into Hideout Pistol isn't nothing. Just get you a little bit of a boost on being able to attack and block, but yeah, I think the redraw is better here. Gonna hang fire on the Vow. We do kind of need to be mindful about picking up that Shadow Sigil now. Okay, let's just chuck out the Insignia. Oh, what was that noise? There is a weird noise. Not sure if anyone else can hear that. So we do actually want the second Shadow. We also need like the quad fire as well. Okay, so opponent's just playing like Combrade Drago. Like, could be ramp, could be, I don't know, mid-range deck that's not hit its stuff yet. So while they're on free. See, this is kind of spooky because of the Jekk, but we wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. So let's just fire this off. Then I think we'll just play Champion of Chaos. Gives us a good base for Hideout Pistol, and then we get to get a little bit more damage in by playing Milos next turn. because then we get 7 in instead of 6. Okay, suppose playing like some big old rampy. In which case, so right now, well, we'll get the shadow out so that we don't draw it. But nearly, well, actually, every single source of power in the deck now plays fire, so we're okay for everything else. So I am just going to play Milos here. Not entirely sure how I feel about the voice change there. Yeah, so Defiance here, probably on Chaos here. We're still getting for free. Oh, double Defiance. Okay. Well, that is something. So maybe that's something I could have thought about and maybe played a Bandit Queen instead. Bandit Queen does get kind of spooky against decks that can play Cat, unfortunately. So we can show up one for 2. But I think what we'll do is we'll just do this. Hit our opponent for 4. Then if our opponent plays something, then we could play Buhton, potentially kill it. Potentially also just can't, because what our opponent could play could just be huge. But I think that so that we don't get owned by like Cat or anything like that, I'm probably just going to imbue anyway. Okay, cool. So something we can kill. So I like that. We do kind of want to be killing this anyway because our opponent is pretty close to just being able to... Okay. Where's that noise coming from? I'm getting some sort of alert somewhere and it's probably not... Oh, is that the noise Facebook makes? So, I haven't used Facebook for like 10 years, but I've kind of needed to use it recently for something I'm doing kind of work related. And I guess that's just like the message noises. Oh, that's awful. Okay, well, let's just think our opponent in the head for 8. So right now, I don't know if we hit the deputy. So if we really need to just deal 4 next turn, we can play this gets cheap enough, and we can also play Jekk plus deal 4 on each. Okay, so opponent's mega ramping here. Okay, so they played Harsh Rule, which is probably fair. Kind of glad I didn't play this out now. And I think... Yeah, I think still we don't need to. I feel like we don't need to use this yet. This just has been like a split card that can be a Zeke power is pretty nice, even if it does trade one of like... It's kind of a merchant really. It trades our Jekk for a Sigil. Also, another thing I've not really mentioned is that the reason I like Condemn Market is just because of the options that we get. It helps us to hit through a Face Aegis, and it helps us to get something like Flame Blast, whereas Blazing Salvo now doesn't, and Blazing Salvo's a lot weaker because it can't hit things like... I suppose we're going to have to start popping those. Okay, Ghodan's Burden. It's fair. We don't really have a way of killing that, unfortunately. Okay, so they're going for the Bread of the Past, but we don't really have a way of killing this, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, our point is going to have to start cracking these Oases. I feel like I can probably just trade away the Hideout Pistol. Hideout Pistol is probably not going to be very good, apart from just like dealing 4 damage with a Jekk. I suspect our opponent is not playing many more units than Diana. Diana's can get popped by just like a... by just a big Jekk. So let's do this. So it's going to be a bit of a fight. Our opponent has a lot of power and they can... Well, they can activate this like multiple times a turn. Oh, interesting. Okay, they got that from the invoke. I'm guessing they're not actually just playing that. It's quite a powerful spell in a big ramp deck though. It's like draw 2 cards. I suspect our opponent's not playing too many mono faction units to be able to get something into play though. Maybe like a Marshline form, but who knows. Okay, so they've completely tapped low. So... Okay, so if we transform Treasure Trove, we actually get a power from this. So I think we'll do that. We get either a Shadow or a Fire Source. but this helps us to get in just a little bit extra damage. And we still get a bunch of treasure troves out of it. So power opponents are free. If our opponent just like spends all the power but wipes our board, we've still got free damage here. And we've also got, well, Ghodans. Even if it's one card down in our deck, we can still play it. And we've got treasure troves to be able to help us get to something like a Condemn, which helps us get the Flame Blast. So going to put having a cheeky... Okay, so choose units to sacrifice. I guess we end up sacrificing all of them. Yep. And then choose cards to discard. I suppose I'll go for these. It's kind of unfortunate our opponent gets to keep that one card. Okay, Perilous Research. Oh, plus they're going to get to play it for 5. Okay, that's awful. Well, the game's not over. If we draw Condemn, we get to kill them. Or if we draw one of our 3 damage burn spells. Well, Stonescar Vow is not quite it. So how much should we take? Okay, yes, it's fine. So we take 15. We go to 9. But if our opponent doesn't gain lives, we've still got it out to 3 damage burn spell. And if they just don't leave anything back, we could potentially get in there with the Milos. Okay, well now we've got a blocker, which is less good for us. So maybe there's a point where we could have dealt a little bit more damage. Well, Pit of Lenetka. Okay, so it's going to be difficult, but it's still some pretty exact draw steps we can take. So Queen isn't enough. Unfortunately, we are like 2 power short, so just give him the old friend of the end road. And let's move on to the next game. Okay, well, it's probably not quite enough going on here, so I will redraw this. And this is kind of slow. I think because we're on the draw, maybe we can afford to like draw a power, and we've got like some interactive spells, so I think we'll keep this. If Ghodan is just like not happening, we can condemn it into something else. Okay, well, let's just play the old banner game. Okay, well, in that instance, we can't kill this, so let's just play a Stonescar banner. I guess we get to play an on-curve Ghodan, which is something, but not quite what we are looking for. Do need one of our cheaper plays. Guess Ghodan could be playing some like mono time nonsense. There are a lot of legendaries that you can play now. They've got a really big like time unit that's definitely worth ramping into as well. Unlike Toucan, which... Oh. Well. Do you have a play we can get from here? Yeah, let's wait. Okay, Milos is here, and I just feel completely punished. So... let's just condemn this. I feel like we can trade away the torch just to hit a sabotage. Just see what our opponent's up to. Okay, so no spells. No. Good, bad, medium. Would like, you know, I probably should have played the Condemn on the earlier turn. Realise that most of our deck is 3 drops, so probably would have hit something. But I think this is fine for now. I don't think there's too much our opponent can do on 4 here, because if they play a cat, then well, we should be in reasonable shape because we get turned into a 6/6. I suppose our opponent could play another of those plunderers, which is fair. So they could be an even deck, and now we could have just turned off the golems, which is sort of nice. Should I depleted, right? Oh, okay. Either or. Yes, it's undepleted for the double time. Oh, such a complex card. These are really good as well. Kind of sad we didn't get these in Stonescar. Would have snapped those off. Well, I'm going to go for it. If our opponent wants to play cat and then like quad triple block this, then that's fine. there shouldn't be any other ambush units outside of Alchemist that they can play. Maybe we could have hung fire on this, maybe to protect ourselves from that, but we've already seen one. Okay, Gene Smuggler's fine. I guess we're getting some sort of like double block on here. And I promised Insignia, so they can probably get a reliable kill spell for this. Which was unfortunate, but we will have the ability to Dark Return and play next time. Okay, if our opponent's making plays, I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, banished, yeah. It's kind of frustrating, but we can get this back. So, pass over to our opponent, see what they do, and then we'll just grab like Dark Return, grab Ghodan. Really would like to have got a little bit of value off Ghodan. And maybe in that last spot it could have been better as Highwayman, because it could have killed the Temple Scribe, had quick draw, and then our opponent would have perhaps had to have given us a Devotee of the Sands. I'm not too sure. But I think overall Ghodan's just generally quite good. Well, scrap Dark Return. Buy back our big old burn spell. I think potentially we don't attack. It's worth thinking about this. Like, do we attack, don't we? I mean, next time we've got a decent lineup because we play this into this. So I think we're probably okay for attacking if we trade. We don't trade with the 7/7, do we? Okay. But I can't remember if is 7 cost 6/6 or a 6 cost 7/7. I can't quite remember. But okay, we'll get to kill this next time, which is nice. And so what our opponent's up to, other than maybe just like a mid-range deck. Fortunately, if they're playing something that's too nonsense, we do get to use like Hideout Pistols with Void Bound. So they can't just like infinite rebind things. Could be like a Tally combo actually. I'm guessing it's not an even handed Golem deck now. We've seen the Aurelian Merchant and the Banish. So, could play another one of these. I think actually I'm okay to keep that. I think we actually want to be attacking their power. So let's just kill this one. Because we can Void Bound this one later if there's nonsense to be had. And then let's attack here. I think this seems like... It looked like our opponent was prioritising protecting their power. So perhaps they had something expensive to be doing. We still get to kill the cat. Next time we've got like a load of bodies in place, we can keep attacking their power. Plus this, if our opponent's playing like, I don't know, some time partial effects been printed, I'm not seeing it. We still get to have like a big 5 power charge unit. If we had 7 power this turn, maybe I'd have just played like this Ghodan off the top and run Hideout Pistol, but I think this kind of worked out fine. Also, you can sort of see, like, in the late game, this is still fine. It's just like an 8-5 that... It stunned our 3-3 that couldn't attack our block anyway. And this isn't going to do very much against the... the Pride Leader deck anyway. These actions are interesting as well. It's like a split card Seek Power that can hit you in the market, which is super nice. It's kind of aggressive here to be exhausting units, I guess. Okay, just playing like a Pride Leader is just like a survival spell. So, what gets us more damage? Killing this or playing another Ghodan? Ghodan's more power effective. This block can't really do anything. This way we're getting for 5 damage. And against Xenon, they shouldn't have a board wipe. So maybe they've got like an Annihilate, which kind of gets us or whatever, but this attacks their power as well, which I feel is fine. Oh, Curtain Call, nice. So they get to give lifesteal and the plus power. So yeah, that's kind of bad for us. Should probably have considered that. Yeah, so actually the Hideout Pistol was better for us. Nice. Kind of undoes some of the work, but now we need to be mindful that that is a revenge spell on the top. Probably just going to Hideout Pistol and kill this. Okay, so no units on top, which is kind of sad. So let's just suit this up. Again, probably should have been mindful of Curtain Call again, because Curtain Call does give you plus power. But I think that was a market tagged one, so they shouldn't have another one. Okay, yeah, so 3 damage no matter what they do. I'm kind of crawling back to our position a couple of days ago. Okay, well, on the play, and we are dream crushing because, well, this late in the month I'd like to concede them into what we need, but you know, we never know what they're going to get. So we've got Eager Deputy into Argenport Instigator, plus we get to decide what to do with one of these powers, and I think we'll just get rid of like a Fire Sigil, turn it into a treasure. Could have potentially saved us 1 point of damage by doing this a different way, but let's do this. This seems fine. Next time we get the Shadow Sigil out of our deck, then we can't draw it. Oh, could be a mirror. Nice. Well, I'm just going to attack for 1. If our opponent's playing a deck similar to us, or following some of our rationale for playing Condemn rather than Blazing Salvo, then Deputy should be kind of safe. Okay. Attacking our big boy. I'm sad about that. Oh, Influence isn't looking too great here. Oh, okay. Brilliant news. Well, we've got 2-2, and we get to draw a card next turn. Feeling kind of sad about not being able to play this now, but if we draw a Condemn, we can just get rid of it. Or if we draw another one of these, turn it into a power. Okay, well, we need to kind of draw something to deal with this, but... Okay, well, Hideout Pistol is not quite what we're looking for. And actually, we can probably get in. If our opponent attacks here, then we can get in. And then if our opponent doesn't have the trip, then we can Hideout Pistol them like the turn after. Just off like the free power of either of these. It's kind of the awkwardness that we... So the best in slots for 2s is Argenport Instigator and Warleader, and only one of them's a Gunslinger. If we had like another free power Gunslinger, we'd be really happy here. Oh no, not another one. Well, this doesn't quite work out how we'd like to, but we get to pressure them. So this then has free power. Maybe I should have traded on this so we get the double block, but kind of happy with this. We draw another power, we get to battle Bandit Queen plus Hideout Pistol. Yeah, actually would have been better, wouldn't it? Well, I've always got to consider this now. Unfortunately, if our opponent plays Buhtons, then their Buhtons is better than our Buhtons, because it gets to stun one of their 4/4s. It doesn't really matter because it just kills our small things anyway. Oh no. Okay, so opponents will play like a more mid-range version than what we're up to. Open contract is something I'm actually fine with. Okay, so I guess we just do this. This seems fine. So we get to Bandit Queen. Eager Deputy gets real big now. Rats. Didn't work the other way. It's become a 5. Right, so... Oh, I had 3. Guess it's the way the layers work. This is only ever a 3, and then it does the ability. Oh well. So... let's kill this. Because that's nonsense. I was worried my opponent just had like a million cards in hand, but I guess one of ours died and we've got 2 more power. Well, we're only at 4. You know, that's not a great amount to be at. They do have like the fully turned on champion now, which is super scary. But if we draw like another Buhtons, then we get to kill whatever, just get in for like 1 million. That seems good. We draw Condemn, we do have to kind of keep... Oh, okay. Well, we'll just draw like a free cost Bandit Queen. So what removal can our opponent play? They can play Decimate. They can't play Torch because it's slow. They can play Sear, which is annoying. What else can they play? Play Annihilate, which would be frustrating, but I guess get the free 2. So how much damage are we actually getting for? Well, I mean, we're not playing it. Let's Friend of the End Road and just let our opponent figure it out. You know, we don't play Bandit Queen to figure out the most difficult puzzle. We play Bandit Queen to A, space. It just makes life easier, you know. That's why I like Control X, because you only have like one creature in play, so it's just like, is it good to attack? I don't know. Is there anything in play? Okay, let's go. Oh, it's level 9 free. I can't wait to get to level 100 on this. This is clearly my favourite faction. Ooh, on the bubble. Well, let's redraw here. On the draw, with 3 torches. This is either the worst or best hand you can keep. If my opponent's playing like our deck, this feels good. If my opponent's playing like Hero Control, then we just feel like we got absolutely destroyed. But do I want to go to 6? I mean, our entire deck's live. Top of our deck's live. We've got... Okay, maybe it's just like 9 damage to your face. We'll just play like the worst burn deck. Wow. More removal. I don't want any of this. Don't give me more removal spells, I need more units. I've got 32. Okay. Save you, sir. It's fine. It's okay. Oh, we even had a golem. Oh, that's fine. Don't have to be mindful of cards like Defile then. Defile is really annoying because, like, well, Champion of Chaos. So, we do have Ghodan to be considered. Let's play Fire Sigil. I don't really care too much if we don't get double damage on this. If it kills like 2 things, or if it gets us a treasure, that's fine. Okay, it's got Devotee of the Santa, and something else? So my concern here is that, okay, Blightmoth. Blightmoth's fine. This is okay, I'm fine with this. So I'm going to go with a Shadow Source. Maybe ill-advised. But now I get to torch this. Let's play Milos. So maybe I should have done this the way around because then we can torch the shade, but you know, it's really hard to get that in there to stop them doing nonsense with more even-handed golems. Also, a really big fan of Milos. I think that more so than Jekk, this was perhaps the biggest gift to Gunslingers. More of this nonsense. Well, I guess we could hide up Pistols just to definitely get another bomb in. Could hang fire in this for something that matters, but I don't think anything really does here. Okay, fast spell. Our opponent's got maybe Banish. Not Banish, obviously not. Maybe Defile. Oh, Curtain Call. Okay. Well, that's fine. We've got rid of it now. So I won't play the Fire Sigil. I think next turn we just like turn this into dealing 4 damage. Also, it's worth looking at the Silexes like all the time now. Oh yeah, no thank you. Let's be getting rid of that so we can attack. Also, Blightmoth is also pretty bad for us. I'm going to play Stonescar Banner because this gives us more options. Let's just do this. Don't want for 4. I think that seems nice. If it's another Curtain Call, that's annoying. Yeah, Curtain Call's annoying. I probably could just play multiples of them. I think we'll go for it anyway. Let's put another bomb in the deck. Okay, Desert Alchemist, kind of fine given what our board looks like. an annoyance with the way the deck's built now, I'm probably going to torch the shade, is that if our Jekk gets down to 0 attack, it can't attack anymore because we don't play. There's a weird like multi-block there. Yep, no thanks. Is that we can't attack, we can't deal damage through blockers, and we also can't attack from 0 attack because we're not playing the weapon that deals the damage anyway. So this is a proper nuisance. Well, we can't play Ghodan. That's annoying. We can attack with this. Womp womp. Well, at least we got rid of this now. I sure did. Well, we may as well treasure trove. Upset the Saviour. I'm glad that I don't have any units in hand. Maybe if we put in our opponent just like multiples of these, maybe it was better to keep Ghodan on top of our deck, but like whatever. I was going to attack next turn for 10 and make our opponent block one of them. They probably block Ghodan because blocking here doesn't get you anywhere. Blocking here stops you from drawing cards. So we've got through 3 of the Alchemists, so I'd be surprised to find another one. I wonder if we should have gone at 6 in this hand though, given the matchup, but I guess it's just what we know now. Okay, so Stonescar Vow here. Our opponent didn't draw a card because, well, we've got this going on. Put us to gain lives, black, whatever. I think that in this instance, I'm going to keep Ghodan safe because I think that they probably want to block here anyway, and having this in play lets us play off the top. So if they don't have a removal spell, they can deal with this. So they could have Annihilate. That'd be properly annoying. This could be really embarrassing for them if they just like kit. Ugh. Yeah, that card's going to get tedious. Xenon just like getting all toys just to be wreckers. I'm kind of glad we didn't make the attack now. I was hoping it was going to be embarrassing for them because they drew a Firebomb, and not embarrassing for me because they drew a Curtain's Call. Yep, you got it, Tiger. So, play this off the top. Play this off the top. No more units. Kill this. Potentially get in there for 5. Well, I mean, our opponent's just going to like snap block, but I'm sure annoying, but not the end of the world. Opponent does have like a potent attack back now. I know that they've got like these in the deck is super annoying. It's probably going to end up being one of my least favourite cards, along with this big boy over here. Okay, Waystone Fragment. That's a big nuisance. So we can't really double block any of this, so I guess we just take 11. Well, I guess we play Warleader and sit back. I probably would have been attacking with this, I guess. So now I'll just make this block, I guess. It's not ideal. Another curtain call just like makes me close the client and never reopen it again. Yep. Right. I'll see you in the next set. Okay, so I do like this, but I think we need to redraw it because the vows aren't really jewels. So this is expensive and difficult, but I think we'll keep it. It's got a nice top end, we can definitely play it. We'll play pretty much all the cards in our hand. So I'm just going to play Banner down. If there's a 1-1 that we need to condemn, like whatever, we can do it on the second turn, because we don't have a 2-drop anyway. Okay, play Insignia, seems fine. I don't know whether open contracts look correct and whether this should be like a suffocate. Used to be combust, that used to be like the thing, but combust was better when you had the smuggler, because you could like use the smuggler as like a force of will. Okay, is this some sort of like Stonescar midrange deck? Might be okay, just like playing Jekk as like a thing that can attack and block in that case. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We're just going to play Jekk as like an attack / block. I probably can play something now, but we can probably kill it just like through these two. If it's just like a 3/3 champion. Oh, Rat Cage. Oh, in that case. Yeah, please don't remove these. Come on. Don't be teasing with your slow roll removal spell. Okay, well this bad boy is getting condemned. We dodged the bullet with that with that discard then. So let's condemn this. Do we want this power? Let's attack. I'm going to trade away the treasure trove. Actually, do we just torch it? Keep up condemn? Yeah, let's do that. We'll torch it. That seems like big brains. Oh yes, like, I mean, I'd rather this was on top of our deck next turn, but, you know, whatever, you know, little victories. Strange burglar. Well. Well. Do we attack? I think we do. Yeah. If I want to guess it, like whatever. We've already drawn our card off this, and this lets us hit him for 5. It's annoying that they blocked like that. I would have expected them to trade with this, but this just tells me perhaps got a removal spell for it. So maybe that was foolish on our part. But I mean, it's like they can activate this. Oh, they're just racing us. Okay. So what's cool is we get to like Buhton and kill this, or we can just like play Jekk from the top of our deck and kill it. That seems cool. Oh, Devour. Foiled again. Okay. Well, we do need to be mindful that everyone's shown us that they've got Shrine to Carve It in the deck, and Shrine to Carve It is spooky. Also, Shrine plus Rat Cage is kind of nice as well, because it gives you just like rando bodies. Oh, Two-Face. Well, Two-Face is probably getting condemned. Oh, yes. Two-Face. Real MVP. Just like cleaned off some. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, crack on. Two-Face just cleaned off 2 sigils for us. Nice. Yeah, whatever. I've also got like no cards in hand, I guess. Excuse me? I think you just like said a swear. We can open contracts, which is risky against our opponent's deck. Got him. But click open. Actually, let's play Deputy off the top. Turn this into a sigil. Play this. I kind of don't want to do the effect. I just want to get through my deck a little bit. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, well, kill this is no funny business. I mean, there's no point giving our opponent the double block to like kill a 1/1. Yep. Opponent gets to frustrate my board, which is going to be annoying. I try to play tribal decks when this exists. Oh no, it's this deck out. My opponent's just like dunking me. Are they playing it? Yeah, they're playing it. Okay. So, we've got a Deputar on the top of our deck. Do we just do this to like kill something and get him with some attacks? Maybe. Unclear. Let's play this. Do we get to see the top card first? We don't. Play this. Let's play Buhton. Exhaust here. The only enemy we can reasonably kill is the Ghodan. Attack in. Do we attack with the rest, or do we just sit him back with like Chumpers or whatever? Any Blightmoth kills them anyway, so this gets us in for like an additional point. Offering this seems fine, because if our opponent lets us get in with this, we hit them for 8. Oh, okay. We won. Nice. Oh, yes. Okay, so there we have it. Still really enjoy Gunslingers. Still think it's a reasonable deck. You can definitely master this, because that's what I usually use most months. Just take my time usually. You know, go up to Diamond on the first couple of days, and then just like slowly take my time for the like next week or so. I used to rush, but there's not really any point anymore. You may as well just like enjoy the game. I don't think that rushing when there's 2 formats is like the correct play, just because it's just going to make you burn out. You just won't enjoy the game if you feel, especially because I know that a lot of card game players, they feel like their worth is tied to their performance in like a specific game. So if you're just not mastering like fast enough as you feel that you should deserve to, then it really puts a lot of negative like mental strain on you. It's just like, it's no good. So anyway, we tried out the deck with playset Ghodans. Did like it. It's still kind of risky to play this because, well, we've still got a Shadow Sigil. I mean, it doesn't feel like much, but when we aren't really doing much in the way of card draw, it can end up like compounding to where you can just like draw Ghodan when you've not got a Shadow Sigil. It just feels awful. Or even just like drawing just at 5. So maybe Highwayman's better in that respect, but I like the extra points of toughness, and it's something that you can imbue with Ghodan and not feel bad, because Ghodan's effect is similar to Argenport, Instigator and Blackhall Warleader. It's something that's happening like just by them existing. So that's kind of nice, yeah. Anyway, deck's cool. I would really like Blightmoth, like the Blightmoth to just be a 1/1, because it's properly tedious, like how it just gets to mess with tribal decks. I'd like a little bit more synergy in this tribe in the future, to be honest, and I'd like another best in slot 2-drop that we could just like replace Blackhall Warleader with. I guess if there was like a 3/3 with like some text, then I would probably play that over Warleader, just because the 2/3 sometimes just can't get in. And you'll notice me just like, against matchups where I'm just like, this will never get in, then I'll just turn it into a Sigil, even though the Shadow Sigil isn't really what we want. But yeah, maybe Recount of Outlaw, but Recount of Outlaw, it's a 2/2. If it needs 3 power realistically to be able to be played as like a 2/2 over here. Blackhall Warleader is just special because in some matchups, like against a slower deck, or where you're ahead, it can just take over the game. Just gets +1/+1 every turn, makes your charge threats just absurd. Like, it's got a similar effect to Strange Gladiator. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that resolves, and I'll see you around.